Hello, it's Holly with Ivy Cole Creations, and today we are working on sketch 8 for Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. And with this sketch, there are strips used and then 2 photos and a space for a title. So what I decided to do was go through all of my branding strips because I keep them and just decide what works and go with that. So I went through and I basically just put a bunch of them across the page, and then I cut them all in half, and then I alternated them. I don't know how I do it. I do not know how. It is impossible for me to make things exactly the way that I lay them out. It is not possible. It ends up too short. It ends up too long. When I start sticking things down, things shift, and then the sizes become different. You'll see by the end of this that I eventually end up having the top side be bigger somehow. I don't know how. When I'm using the exact same strips, just in a different order, I don't know how they don't work. And it boggles my mind because I do it on everything. So I did the bottom half, and then I started in on the top half, and somehow I ended up with a gap at the end. And all I'm doing, if you see me cutting things, all I'm doing is usually with the branding strip, there's a little tiny piece of the pattern paper still left on the branding strip when you cut it. So that's all I'm doing. I'm cutting off like a millimeter's worth of paper, and I still end up with this gap. And so I have to use an extra piece or an extra strip, and I don't know how it worked on the bottom, but not the top. Don't ask me. I have no idea. It's physics, and I'm not good at physics. So I have no idea how it happened. So when I was cutting them, I lost this blue piece, and so I just stuck in another piece for where it was supposed to be. And then eventually I found it, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll replace it. And now it matches again. So I found this piece of red pattern paper, or this paper with red pattern on it, and I thought that was pretty bold, and it was enough that you would be able to see it across all of this busy pattern that I put on the layout. And then I had 4 photos, and there's supposed to be 2 photos. I actually had 5 photos, and I ended up using 4. But these are of my kids at the park. And so I just clustered them in the area like it is on the sketch, and just went with that. I eventually put the main photo of my son up on foam tape, and then I went through and tried to find a title. Now, I didn't want to put another piece of pattern paper or another piece of paper behind there like there is with the hexagon, because I had the extra photos. So I just decided to make my title on that back side of the triangle. And it turns out to be Sunshine Adventure with You. And it just kind of grew, and that's what it ended up as. That's usually how my titles happen. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't really have anything to say about this except they're at the park, so what am I going to call it? And then I found a little space for journaling, and I just added a couple stickers. It says, let's explore, or let's go, or something like that, and then a little spot for the date. And I just put a little sticker on there that says good times. And I used up these polka dots. They're like circle puffy stickers. And I just used them as enamel dots, mostly just to get them used up. because there's so much color on this layout anyway that it didn't matter if I added enamel dots or not. Please check out the description box below for everyone who's playing along with 30 Days of Sketches, and thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear from you.